Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw a Spinosaurus dinosaur. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, let's go action pose. Big action pose for this big bad boy. Right? So he's going to be coming at you. Live and direct. Okay, not live and direct, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be funny, but not quite, right? Okay, so let me just throw down some bare bones. Even though he's not a bear, he's a dinosaur. What do you do with all this humor? When I'm this funny, what do? You laugh, you tell your friends, hey, you should really check this guy out. He is hilarious. He is the funniest man in the world. What do? I'm just kidding. I like to be silly about it. But you know, you gotta make yourself laugh. I was the class clown in any class I was in. And I just like to laugh, you know. I thought everything was always funny and had a good time, and why not, right? So I just like making myself laugh, and so you get to be a part of that. So thank you for being my audience and letting me be silly and laugh. I'm sure eventually one day, you know, the trolls are gonna come in. They're gonna tell me I'm not funny or something like that, but it happens. No big deal. But you know what? Still gonna be making my jokes. Still gonna be the funny guy. And that's okay. Alright, so we're getting pretty good here. I know where I'm gonna go with this, so this one's flowed pretty easy. The trick is, all I have are bones, you know? I'm trying not to go by other pictures that people are doing because they're just guessing too. And the trick is to try to make it unique in my own. And without knowing what I'm doing. Because I'm not a paleontologist. I'm not a dinosaur doctor. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. All I can do is go by what the bones are and hope I got it right. Okay, and I think I'm ready. I think I've got him in a good enough pose that I know where I want to take it, and I can do the rest with detail with the Sharpie. So I say, let me erase some of these sketch lines, and we'll get started with the Sharpie, and we'll welcome everybody that jumped over to this Sharpie portion of the video. I can't erase too much though because I went pretty light and I knew where I was going to go with it, so I didn't have to throw a lot of lines down. I'm a big fan of sketching, you know, just throwing a bunch of lines down until I see where it's going, because I already know where I want to take it. I just got to get my hands to drive me there. So I'm a big proponent of throwing a bunch of lines down. This one I didn't have to throw that many down, so I can just get going. So welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day, not necessarily a dinosaur, but you can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point, can find things that a fine point can't quite find. So I've sketched the entire thing out, I've erased a majority of it, but I've got a guide to take me through this little dino journey. And I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen just to do the eyeball, and then move over to the Sharpie fine point because it's a lot bigger and it's going to give us some bold, magnificent dino lines. So for an eyeball, I'm just going to do this. Little rounder at the top, a little flatter at the bottom, because I'm going to go for a certain style for this one. I'm going to give him more of a like that, you know. And the thing is, all we have are the bones to go by, and so I'm just kind of like playing around with, well, what if he is a little scarier, a little odd looking, you know? And so I'm going to give him that weirdo eyeball. There you go. There's the weirdo eyeball. Let's give him a little bit of a pupil. Ooh, look at that. Look at that dino eyeball. That's awesome. Okay, so there I just kind of gave him a little bit of texture, and I'll do more with color, but I just wanted to give him that little crazy eye, you know, because he's a weirdo looking one. So let's just build off of this. So let's start with the mouth, and I guess let's put the teeth underneath, right? Maybe. Yeah, let's put the teeth underneath. So that means let's start with the snout way out here. I'm gonna come in, do one of these, and stop there, and then I'm gonna draw the top of his head, kind of like this, a little like that. Okay, and let's do close it off like this. A lot of dinosaurs are like this. I don't know why. I don't know how everybody interprets that little flap right there in the mouth, but I'm gonna do it too because it's what we all know. Like that. Come down for the jaw. Like that. Now let's do some teeth. His tooth is. We'll close this off kind of like this, just to give it that dino web texture, something, you know. And let's do something like that too. So for the teeth, let's just give them a whole bunch of little spikies, little pointies, whole bunch of them. And maybe this Sharpie is a little too tiny to be doing this, but I'm going to commit to it. It's a nice contrast of thick versus thin, and we should be doing both sides, you know, but we're not going to get that specific. It's not like you're going to show this at the Smithsonian and say, hey, these are the exact teeth, you know? No, we're just going to make some dino teeth. Okay, do the same thing here. Let's give him some big old fangs down here. Why not, right? Because the thing is, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. And so, like I said, no one's going to be judging this and taking it to the museum, say, is this right? Is this correct? You know? So don't worry about that. Alright, we give him a little nose, and I just want to do a little bit of, you know, a little bit of texture. Make it a little different. And then we're going to add some color, and that'll do it too, but stuff like that makes it a little crazy, a little dynasty, right? A little dino nasty. Because he's crazy. I'll just draw the tongue up like that. Alright, let's go back to the big Sharpie. Let me check these bones real quick, just to double check. And that's the other thing too, I got some bones, but I mean, you know, who knows what these bones are like? Who knows? I talk about this every single time. Who knows if there's feathers? Who knows if there are ears? You know, all we got are bones to go by. And I wonder this, honestly, if anybody can answer me, this would be really neat. How do we know that they didn't have ears? Like, can paleontologists tell that, well, okay, this is where texture was, and this is where your ears would be connected, because we can tell that there's cartilage and blah, blah, blah. Can you tell that from bones? I don't know. I don't know that much. All I know is how to draw. I don't know how to answer those kind of questions, but I'm always curious. You know, that's what I love about the study of this stuff, that there are experts that know how to figure that stuff out, you know, and that's amazing. Good for them, you know? Okay, so anyway, let's get back to a drawing here. I'll look at the bones, see what I got, and play off that. So, alright, so let's draw down to his, well, let's do his back. Let's go into the spine, right? Since that's what he is. He's a Spinosaur. I'm going to draw up here. I'm going to come back here for his back. But now I'm going to go back up here and draw his spine. We're going to come back here for the tail, okay? So I'm gonna go wrap it around, something like that. But it's gonna stop right about there because that's where I'm gonna have his tail. I'm sorry, his back leg in front of that. And we'll add some lines and detail in a second. Well, let's do it now, right? Why are we waiting? So I want to do it more with color, but I do want to add a little bit of not really lines, detail, but just like highlights. That's the word I'm looking for. Like that, you know, just kind of show that it's there, but we're not going to draw every single line, you know. All right, so let's draw. Let me throw his arm in here, and I know it's going to look like it's floating, but you're going to see that I got to draw the arm first before I could draw the body. So I'm going to draw his big old bicep like that, down to his forearm. There's his elbow, forearm, little Popeye arm like that. And I'm going to draw, he's got just like three little fingers out like this. So we're going to draw one finger like this, give him a little claw like that. And I can emphasize specifics like this. And again, I'm going to add just a little bit of flavor, a little bit of coolness, just to, you know, make him dino-rific. What I call him before, dynasty, because he's a cool guy. He knows. Check me out. I know I'm awesome. Look at me. Alright, let's draw this other leg here too, and then we can draw the body and finish up the other arms over there. So, I told you I was going to draw his leg here, so let's do that. Down to his knee, his leg's kind of going back. I'm going to draw his toes. Someone else pointed out to me too when I was saying I was drawing their arms, and I said, okay, now we're going to draw his toes on his arms. They were laughing. I was like, arms with toes? So yeah, it happens. Sometimes I say crazy things. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still going to draw. All right, I just want to add some points. Sometimes these Sharpie, it's awesome because it's nice and big, but I just can't get a scary point on there, you know. But the dino, I want to add some big old points. Alright, so same thing, going to do a little point there. This one's here, it's pointing more straight at you. Like that. Alright, whoops. I'm getting crazy, getting excited. Alright. Okay, just add in a little extra fun, just because I can. Again, it's just because he's cool, you know. He's got that street tough. You know, you don't mess with him because he will guard his chicken nuggets and won't let you get them. Alright, so let's draw his belly down here. So I'm going to draw his chest. Something like this. Drawing his belly. Coming in like this. Like that. So now we can draw his other legs. So, his arm leg, let's do this one over here. Forearm out. Put your forearm in, you put your forearm out. He's a dinosaur, that's what he's all about. Okay. I'm going to draw the big old fingers. A little bigger than this one, but that's alright, because you know what? This is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and you know what else I'm going to say. Alright. Again, going to add a little extra detail. Little extra point here. Like that. now we're just going to draw that back leg, and we are done. Alright, so same thing, we're going to draw this big old knee, like that. Let's see, so I'm going to draw these points first, just to give me some start-stop points so I know where I am. Okay. Alright, I hope you're guarding your chicken nuggets, because he's going to come after him. And he is ready to rock. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is a Spinosaur dinosaur. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.